Hello everyone. So in this session, we are going to talk about some other charts like map, top 5 products, etc. So let's get started. So let's add a new sheet now from here. Now I would like to show the top 5 selling products. So I'll pick up the product name, put it in the columns. I'll pick up the field of sales, put it in the rows. So I will get the list of all the products and the sales across them. Let's sort them in the descending order. So I can see all the sales of the products in the descending order now. But what I would like to do is I would like to showcase only the top 5 selling products. This category filter, if you remember from the previous session, because we had applied that filter on all using this data source, can be seen over here as well. If I go back to the sheet 2, you can see. So let's select all the categories over here and go to the sheet 3. So you can see the products from all the categories now. But my goal is I want to show only top 5 selling products. So how can I do that? So over there, we'll have to use again the filters. I'll pick up the field of product name, drag it in the filters. And this time I'm going to use the option of top. By field, I want to show top 5 selling products by total sum of sales. If you click on apply and OK, you will notice I am left behind with only top 5 selling products. Now these 5 products can be from different categories. It can happen one product is from furniture category, 2 products are from office supplies, 2 products are from technology. Let's keep this chart in the entire view. Over here, what we will do is we will try to change the chart type in this. If I click on show me, let's try to bring this chart in the form of a bubble chart. If I click on the bubble chart, you will see the chart changed into the bubble format. So we can see bubbles over here. Bigger the bubble, higher the sales. Smaller the bubble, lower the sales. So this is called as a packed bubble chart. Now in this chart, every product is having a different color. Let's remove the product name from the color and we will bring the category on the color. So I can see out of the 5 products, 1 product is of furniture, 2 products are from office supplies, 2 products are from technology. Let me say category show filter. So I can see the category filter on this page as well. If I select furniture, so I am left behind with only 1 product. If I select office supplies as well, I get 3 products. So don't you think we should be getting 5 products over here in this case right now? So if I select only furniture, I should get top 5 products of furniture. This is what a general perception of all the users would be. So what is happening right now is because on this sheet, there are 2 filters, product and the category. Both these filters are working together. If you want that whatever category you select, the top 5 products should come from there. So what should happen is the category filter should be first applied. And after that, the filter product, that is the top 5 products, should be applied. In order to do that thing, you have to right click on the category filter. You will see the option of add to context. See, add to context is like context filter. That means you are setting a kind of a hierarchy that first the category filter will be applied, then the other filter will be applied. So if I say add to context, now it is grayed out. So that means category filter will be applied first, then the product name filter will be applied. So now I can see the top 5 products of furniture. If I select office supplies, it will show me top 5 products of office supplies. If I select technology, it will give me top 5 products of technology. If I select 2 categories, it will give me the top 5 products from both the categories. That is total 5. Let's update the title over here, which I am going to tell it as top 5 products. So here I can see the top 5 selling products over here based on the category that I have selected. Similarly, if I drag the product name again into the columns and let's bring the sales into the rows, let's sort it. If I want to filter the products based on some wildcards, so let's pick up the field of product name and drag it over here. See, I have an option of wildcard. Wildcard means I want to keep only those products which start with A or you can say those products which end with A, or which exactly have the word A in them or contains A. So wildcard means you give some matching value, and based on that criteria, what Tableau is going to do is going to apply the filter based on that. So that's how wildcard filter works. You have an option of condition. I am saying I want to see only those products which have the sum of sales, that is total sales, above 10,000. So if I apply the filter, you will be left behind with only those products which have the sales of more than 10,000. So that's how you can apply the filters using the top, general, wildcard and condition. So depending upon what kind of data you want to show, you can apply your filters based on that. So what I will also do over here is I will give some proper names to the sheets for easy understanding. The first chart was subcategory. In the second chart, we had shown a line chart. In the third one, we had shown top 5. And over here, we were, discussing filters. The next chart that I would like to create over here is I would like to do a geographical analysis of the data. So geographical analysis means I would like to see how the sales have happened across the different countries, states, or cities. So in the data that we have, this is the data of US. So you have the data of only one country and all the states and cities of that. So whenever you have to do any geographical analysis, the best chart to create for that is that's a map. Map is an interesting feature that you get in the Tableau, and you will be able to represent all the locations that you have in your data easily in this Tableau over here. So now if you come over here, you can see you have country, you have state, you have city. So whenever you have some geographical data, so what Tableau does is Tableau automatically generates latitudes and longitudes. You all will notice you have lat and long over here, and it's written generated. Generated means that these fields were not there in the original data source. They have been automatically generated by the Tableau right now in this. So what these latitudes and longitudes are going to help me with, they will help me to create the map over here. So let's pick up the field of country. You just have to drag the country in the center of the map, center of the sheet. So when you drag that up, you will notice a map will be created. Tableau automatically puts longitudes and latitudes in the rows and columns and creates a map for us. Since we have the data of only one country, that is US, you see only one bubble over here. You want to show the states, you pick up the field of state and drag it inside this chart over here. And you can now see whatever states you have in the data, they have been marked up on this map over here. Now I would like to understand how much sales happened across the different states. So for that, I am going to pick up the field of sales and keep it on the size. If you keep the sales on the size, you will notice the size of the bubbles have changed. Bigger the bubble, higher the sales. Smaller the bubble, lower the sales. You might notice that some bubbles are quite small. So you can click on the size and increase the size over here so they are nicely visible. By looking at the chart, I can tell California, New York, Pennsylvania, Texas, they had some good sales. Whereas locations like Montana, Idaho, Oregon, they had quite a less sale. So this is how you see I am able to make a map. But please remember, whenever you make a map, you should always be connected to the internet, because Tableau uses the internet to hit the server of Mapbox and pull whatever geographical locations you have on this Tableau screen over here for you. If you're not connected to the internet, you might receive an error or a warning which is saying that you should be connected to the internet for seeing this map. Now, if suppose I want to showcase the profit as well on this map. So see, I've used only color till now. If I pick up the profit and put it on the color, you will see the color of the bubbles will change. So you get a color saturation. You have a legend also for that. Darker the blue, higher the profit. Darker the orange, lower the profit. So by looking at the chart, I can see that when I take a look on Texas, so Texas had good amount of sales, but we had a loss. So it was not a profit making state for us. When I take a look on California. So we got high sales and high profit over there because the color is dark blue. If you want to choose different color palettes, you can click on color, edit colors. Now automatically you will notice Tableau is showing you the option of color palettes now. Suppose you want to give a color palette of red to green. So red over here means low values and green means high values. Let's change the colors. Let's pick this. So we can see now the colors have been changed according to that. When you create a map, you can also apply different kind of themes over here on this. If you click at the top on the map option, you will see there's an option of background maps. You choose the theme as normal, you will see, which is currently the theme that we have. You choose a theme as dark, the theme will change to dark. You change the theme to light, you will see the theme changes to light color. So you have multiple themes to just change the look and feel of the map that you have created over here. So let's update the title as well for this. Let's call it as Geographical Analysis of Sales. This is where we are able to easily and nicely create a map which can actually help us to show the analysis across the different states right now. The next, we will add a new sheet over here and we will add a new chart. So in this, we will be making a pie chart, which we have already discussed as well in the earlier sessions, which we use to see the market share. So for example, I want to understand how the sales happened across the different segments. I'll pick up the field of segment, put it in the columns, pick up the field of sales, put it in the rows, and let's change this by clicking on show me to a pie chart. We'll keep it in the entire view and our pie chart is ready. Let's put segment on the label, sales as well on the labels. I'll update the title to sales by segment. And here we can see our pie chart has been created. Now, if you take a look over here, the labels are a little big over here, right? Like that 4,77,127. What if I want to show this sales in the form of millions or maybe in the form of thousands? So how can we do that? If I right click on the sum of sales, you will see there's an option of format, but please be very careful. See, in the pie chart, the sum of sale is coming 3 times. We can see it is coming on the angle, it is coming on the size, it is coming on the label. What I want to do right now over here is I want to use the one which is on the label. So I will right click on the label one and I will say format. So when you say format, a formatting pane will open up over here on the left hand side. So you can do a lot of formattings, like you want to change the alignment, you want to change the font, you want to change the number distribution. So if you click on the number, I would like to show this in the form of number custom. Number custom means you want to give your own custom formatting. I would like to change the display units to thousands. So if you change it to 1000, this is how the number will look. If you want to show it in the millions, you can say millions, and this is how the number is going to look. So I see the millions look better, so I'll keep the numbers in that fashion. Once this formatting is done, I will click on this cross sign to close this box so I can see my data pane back over here. So this is how we have added a pie chart in this. The next chart that we're going to talk over here is we are going to talk about a chart which is called as a scatter plot. Here I would like to see sales versus profit by customers. Now we are going to make a scatter plot. A scatter plot is a chart which is something which looks like this. You will have X and Y axis. This is X and this is Y. On both these X and Y axis, they are numeric. And you have some pointers which are like scattered over here. So this chart is something which we basically use to understand how these two variables are connected. Do they have a direct relationship? Do they have Do the variables have indirect relationship? And likewise. Say for example, I want to compare sales versus profit. If I want to compare sales versus profit, now profit is something which is dependent on the sales. When I will have the sales, then only I can make the profit. I want to understand when the sales increased, was my profit increasing or was it not changing? So that is where, I can use a scatter plot. So technically what we do is we keep independent variable, which is sales in this case, profit, which is dependent. So my profit is dependent on the sales. We keep that dependent on the y-axis and independent on the x-axis. So let's see how we make this up and how we analyze this chart as well. I'm going to pick up the field of sales, put this in the columns. So the moment I put the sales in the columns, I see one single bar coming up, which is showing me the total sales. Let me pick up the field of profit and put it in the rows, which is acting as a y-axis. I can see sales and profit on both the axes and one single bubble, which gives me sales, total sales and total profit. I would like to split this chart for each customer. So I can see that for each customer, how much sales and profit did they give. So what I do is, this is where you will see the use of detail option that we have not discussed till now. Detail means to add extra level of detail or extra level of information in the chart. If I pick up the field of customer ID and put it on the detail, you will see the chart will split into smaller bubbles where you will see sales versus profit for each customer right now. So I can see for each customer ID, I can see the sales and profit. I could have also dragged customer name, but technically, if you have ID and name both with you, you should always be choosing the option of ID, because customer names can be same. There can be multiple customers who can have the same name, but IDs will always be unique for each customer. So that is where we should always go ahead by using the field of IDs if they are present in the data. Now, by looking at this chart, see, you don't have to worry that, there are too many bubbles which are getting cluttered. You are not able to understand. See, the essence of this chart is not to understand or see each point over here. The idea is to understand how the sales and profit have happened. So if I technically see, mostly it is going in the upward direction. That means when the sales have increased, the profits have also increased. But yes, there are some outliers as well. If you see this customer, he has given me very high sales, but a loss. You see the profit is in negative as well. If you all take a look over here, this is profit in negative, this is in positive. So there are a lot of customers who have given me losses, which I can see in this section over here. One customer who has given me high sales and high profit. But mostly the customers are lying in this pool where the sale is up to 3 to 4,000 and the profit has been around 0 to 2,000. So that's what I see in this chart as of now, and this is called as a scatter plot. Now in the scatter plot, you will get the option of shape. You will see the shape option is coming. If you click on the shape, you can change the shapes from here, and the chart has been changed. If you want to add some more information in the scatter plot, like I have sales and profit on the X and Y axis, but my size and color is empty. Let's pick up the field of profit and let's put it on the, or maybe let's pick up the field of quantity, because profit is already there on the axis. So we can pick quantity. Let's put it on the color. So you will notice the color of the bubbles will change. Darker the blue, higher the quantity. Lighter the blue, lower the quantity. So I am able to see a lot of information on one single chart, which is scatter plot. So this is how you make and use a scatter plot chart over here now. Now we will add a new chart. For example, if I want to add or showcase just the total sales, one single number, total sales. So how do I show that? So now what I will do is, if I pick up the field of sales and I put that field on the text, If you put the field of sales on the text, you will see sum of sales as a number is coming. Right now, if I say show filter also, so this is for just two categories. Let's select all for now. So this is the overall sales that have happened in the entire data. I will like to make this chart or bring this chart on the entire view. So when I bring this chart on the entire view, you will notice I am getting the total sales value over here in one corner. But this is a number that I will be showing on my dashboard. And what is a dashboard? We will be talking in just a while, where it should come in a bold and a nice readable manner over there. So you just right click on this pane and you say format. So again, the formatting pane has opened up. So you have the options to format the font, alignment, you can add some shading, you can add some borders, and you can add some lines. So for example, I would like to first change the font. If I click on the worksheet, I would like to keep the font size as 24, keep the number as bold, keep the color as red. So you see the colors and everything has been changed over here. See, when you are doing it on the sheet, so everything over here on the sheet changes. Then I would like to change the alignment. The number is coming in one corner over here right now. I would like to keep it in the center. See, I just clicked on the alignment option over here. In the alignment, when you click on this, in the pane, I would like to keep it in the center. This is how the number has been aligned in the center right now. Then I can like to show this number in the form of million. So how do I do that? That is sum of sales. So right click on the sum of sales and say format again. Now you will get the option to format the number. Let's try to show this number in the form of number custom, and let's show it in the form of millions. So now you see the number looks much more readable and interesting, which is 2.3 million over here right now. This is the total sales that I see over here right now. Same way, I would like to add a new sheet. So let's call this sheet as total sales. Likewise, I would like to show the total profit as well. So I am going to pick up the field of profit, put it on the text. I can see one single number. I'll make it entire view, so it comes on the entire sheet. Now I want to apply the same formatting which I have over here on this chart as well. So I don't really need to do all those steps again. I will right click on this. I will say copy formatting. I will come on the sheet 9 and I will right click and say paste formatting. Right? So go on the total sales, copy the formatting, sheet 9, paste the formatting. See, the same color alignment has been applied. The only thing is the number has not been changed into millions. Why? Because that was done on the field of sum of sales, but over here I have sum of profit. So I will have to right click on sum of profit and I will say format numbers. I will change it to custom and show it in the form of thousands. So I can see this was the total profit that we made. Let's call this sheet as total profit. Now I would like to add next sheet where I would like to show the total orders in a similar fashion. So how many orders did we sell? So for that thing, I can make use of the field which is order ID. I will drag the order ID on the text. Now because order ID is a dimension, you don't get any aggregation. In fact, what Tableau is doing, it is showing you all the categories, or I would say Tableau is showing you all the order IDs on this sheet. I don't want to see all the order IDs. I want to see their count. So how do we do that? You right click on order ID and we will say measure count distinct. See, I will not use count. Count, why I can't use it? Because if in one order customer has purchased 5 items, that order ID will be counted 5 times. But that order ID is just one. So I will say count distinct. So I see 5009. These were the total orders that were sold. I will make it entire view. I'll go in the total profit, right click, copy formatting, sheet 10, and I will say paste formatting. And you can see the number 5009 can be seen over here on this chart. Let's update the sheet title as well to total orders. So here we can see total sales, total profit, and total orders. So if we totally see, there are a number of analysis that we have done, where we have seen scatter chart, we have seen a pie chart, we have seen, a map, and we have seen top 5 products in the form of bubble chart, a line chart, and subcategory analysis. So these are the different analysis that we have done. Now what we will be doing is we will be bringing all these charts together and we will be building our nice interactive dashboard, which we are going to discuss in the next session. Thank you, everyone.